What if I told you most filters don't actually clean your aquarium? 99% of aquarium beginners make this filter mistake, and it is silently killing their fish. Okay. Now before I build this brand new filter, I want to show you something super important. These are not my first filters. 2 years back, I built my own DIY filters right at home. And guess what? They are still working perfectly today. Let me show you my first setup. Let's go. This is my planted aquarium, a fully natural ecosystem with live plants, balanced growth, and rock-solid stable water. Now look carefully at the filtration. This is where it gets exciting. Water is being pulled by the pump straight from the tank. It blasts into the filter chamber. First, it rips through the mechanical stage, where all the visible dirt gets trapped. Done. Gone. Finished. Then, finally, it punches through the chemical stage, which polishes the water and destroys impurities. And then, the clean water rockets back into the aquarium. This entire cycle keeps repeating, continuously, endlessly, unstoppably. That is why this tank stays stable and healthy every single day. Now, let me show you my second setup. Hold on tight. This is my koi aquarium, and as you know, koi produce a lot of waste. We're talking massive amounts. So filtration here is even more important. No shortcuts. Again, the process is the same, but the load is so much higher. Water is yanked by the pump. It charges into the filter. First stage, mechanical filtration, handling the heavy waste and particles. Bam! Then second stage, biological filtration, where bacteria are destroying toxic ammonia and converting it into safer compounds. And finally, chemical filtration, maintaining water clarity and perfect balance. And then the water flies back into the tank. Again and again, continuously, forever. Even with the insane waste load from koi, this system keeps the water under total control. Now, after using these filters for years, I learned one very important thing, and this will blow your mind. Filtration is not about the filter. It is about how the flow is designed. And today, I am going to build an even better system, step by step. Before we even start building this filter, I want you to think about this. Have you ever seen a river cleaning itself? Have you ever seen someone adding a machine to clean a lake? No! And still, the water stays balanced. Fish survive, plants grow, life continues. Why? Because nature uses a system, a step-by-step filtration system. And most beginners completely ignore this. They think filter means sponge. If water looks clean, everything is fine? No. That is the biggest mistake, because the most dangerous thing in your aquarium is not what you see, it is what you cannot see. And if your filter is not handling that invisible danger, your fish are slowly living in poison. Welcome to my channel, Aqua World Life. That is the reason why today I am not just building a filter. I am recreating nature inside this small container. And if you understand this concept today, you will never struggle with water quality again. So watch this carefully till the end. And if you are serious about aquariums, subscribe right now, because this is the start of a complete filter series where I will teach everything step by step. Now let's begin. I am going to use this container, a simple plastic container, purchased from my local store, nothing expensive. And that is the whole point. You don't need costly equipment to build a powerful system. You just need the right design. Now, before I add anything, I need to plan the flow. Always remember this line. Filtration is not about power, it is about flow. If your flow is wrong, even the best materials will fail. So what I'm doing is creating chambers, 3 sections. Each one has its own role to play: mechanical, biological, and chemical. This is exactly how nature works. First, physical dirt is removed. Then, bacteria break down waste. Then, water gets polished and returned to the aquarium. So now, I take 2 plastic sheets, cut straight from waste plastic I had at home, recycled, reused, rebuilt. Both are exactly the width of this container. They fit tightly, but their height is slightly less, around 2 centimeters shorter. This small gap is not by mistake, it is with purpose. This is engineering. Now I place the first sheet at 1/3 of the length, but I don't fix it at the bottom. I lift it about 2 centimeters above the base. Glue gun is the best to fix it on both sides, or you can use silicone. Raised above by 2 centimeters. Take your time here. Seal it properly, because if water bypasses this, your filter is useless. Now, think like water. Water will enter here. This first chamber is mechanical filtration. I will place the sponge right here. When water hits the sponge, all dirt gets trapped. Fish waste, uneaten food, particles, everything stops here. Now the cleaner water moves down and passes under this partition. I've left exactly 2 centimeters gap, so dirt stays, cleaner water moves forward. Exactly like rivers, heavy particles settle, clean water flows. Beautiful. Now, let me say something important. If your guppy babies are dying, most of the time it is not genetics, it is water quality. So don't forget to watch that video after this. I've put the link right over here. Now, coming back, second partition. Again, placed at 1/3 distance, but this time I fix it at the bottom, leaving 2 centimeters of gap at the top. This is compulsory. Fix it with glue gun and that 2 centimeter gap at the top. Do not skip this. Now, water cannot go from beneath this plastic sheet, so it rises and flows from the top into the third chamber. We have created a zigzag path. Down, then up. This increases contact time, and that means better filtration. High-end filters use this same principle. Now, in the third chamber, I make 2 holes in the bottom. I fix 2 pipes in the 2 adjacent holes. This is the outlet for your filtered water. But again, design matters. I don't fix these pipes at the bottom of the container. I fix the first pipe at half the height of the container, and the second one slightly above that by half a centimeter. So water stays inside even when the pump is off. This means your biomedia stays wet. Your bacteria stays alive. Filtration never stops. This is so important because bacteria is the real filter, not the sponge. Make sure you fix it properly. No leaks, no gaps, no water dripping from your filter. Now, let's talk about stages. This is where it gets really exciting. First chamber, mechanical filtration. See here? I am adding the sponge. Keep it simple. If you don't get aquarium foam, you can use regular sponge. You can even use a utensil scrubber. I do it sometimes, never had an issue. You can do that too. Simple, but critical. This protects everything. Without this, your system fails. Second chamber, biological filtration, the heart of the filter. Here I add ceramic rings. Look at them. You can get these easily at any aquarium store. Lava rock and pumice stones are the best natural alternatives because their high porosity provides a massive surface area for beneficial bacteria to grow. But make sure to wash them properly before you put them in. You can also use natural rocks as an alternative, but make sure those rocks are not soft. They should be very rough and have lots of edges for beneficial bacteria to survive. Now, listen carefully. This is where beginners fail. Fish produce ammonia. Ammonia is poison. Even if water looks clean, ammonia can kill. Now, bacteria grow on this media. They convert ammonia to nitrite, then nitrate. This is the nitrogen cycle. This is life. Without this, your aquarium is dead. If you want to see how a balanced ecosystem works, watch that video. I've put the link right there. Don't miss it. Plants plus bacteria equals stability. Now, the third chamber, chemical filtration. You can see this activated carbon. Look at it. Black, rough, powerful. It is optional, but of great use. It removes toxins, smell, medicine. But don't overuse it. Balance is everything. Now I am starting the system. Watch the flow. Slow, controlled, purposeful, not random. This is filtration. Now let me tell you something most people don't realize. Clear water does not mean safe water, and slightly cloudy water does not always mean bad. Understanding this changes everything. This filter is around 1 liter volume, and depending on load, it can support a really good tank. If you want a full guide on pump wattage, tank size, and filter capacity, comment below and I will make a full video. If you keep guppies, don't miss this playlist. The link is right up here. It will save you from beginner mistakes. Now, let's talk about filter types. Sponge, internal, hang on back, canister. This system is like a DIY canister, but better in one way. You control everything. Flow, media, design, and that is power. Now, one last thing. The most important thing for beginners. You'll notice most filters are closed or covered. We do this to stop water from evaporating, keep the motor quiet, and most importantly, block out light so messy algae doesn't grow inside and clog your media. Inside this filter, we are creating a home for a tiny invisible cleaning crew called the nitrogen cycle. This cycle has 3 main steps that turn toxic fish waste into safe water. The waste, ammonia. It starts with fish poop and uneaten food. As these rot, they create ammonia, which is highly toxic to your fish. Step 1, nitrite. This is where our aerobic bacteria come in. These are oxygen-breathing heroes that live on the surface of your sponges and ceramic rings. They eat the ammonia and turn it into nitrite. Nitrite is still dangerous, but it's the first step in cleaning the water. Step 2, nitrate. Then a second group of bacteria eats that nitrite and turns it into nitrate. Nitrate is much safer for your fish in small amounts. The deep clean, anaerobic. This is the secret of high-quality media like lava rocks. Deep inside the tiny oxygen-free pores of these rocks and beneath the ceramic rings, anaerobic bacteria live. They can actually eat the nitrate and turn it into nitrogen gas, which simply floats out of the tank into the air. By layering your sponges for big dirt, activated carbon for chemicals, and porous rocks for these bacteria, you aren't just moving water, you are building a living ecosystem that keeps your fish healthy and happy. Don't rush filtration. Let the bacteria grow. Give it time, because filtration is not speed, it is balance. Now, if you made it till here, you are serious. So smash that like button, subscribe right now, and tell me what you want next. Advanced filter? Shrimp setup? Pump matching guide? Whatever it is, I am making it. Because this is just the beginning. And once you understand filtration, you understand the entire aquarium. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Let's go.